News is circulating that China is about to unban crypto very soon. This, in combination of the political adoption of crypto, the Wall Street adoption of crypto, and the global M2 money supply on the rise, is very bullish for the crypto asset class. We're going to break this down and much more. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast. I'm your host, Tony Edward. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. Folks, it's great to be back. I took the week off, went down to Punta Cana, Dominican Republic with the family, had a nice relaxing vacation. It was much needed. Spent some time in the ocean, on the beach, in the pool, had drinks brought to me. So it was really great. It's good to get away, step away from the prices, step away from the computer, and just recharge your batteries, right, folks? So I feel refreshed. I know right now there's not much happening in the crypto market, but I want to share today the different facts, metrics, and data I'm looking at and why I'm still bullish on this crypto asset class and what I'm anticipating come September into Q4, where I think we're going to see some fireworks. So first, let's start with Bitcoin. Right now, boring zone, as macro investor Raoul Pal would say, just chop sideways, chop, 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 chop. Nothing happening here, right? Nothing to report on. But what I do want to share is that the stock market is breaking out. We're seeing a V-shaped recovery. Now, this could fake us out. It could roll over and test some lows again. That is a possibility. We'll have to see which scenario plays out, that this is indeed the full recovery that moves us to higher highs for the stock market, because we know Bitcoin and crypto is highly correlated to the stock market, and it's all correlated to global liquidity. So the S&P 500 V-shaped recovery here on the daily chart, the RSI is not even in the overbought zone yet. So that's a good sign. The NASDAQ also seeing the same thing. This is very bullish. We also have the VIX, the volatility index, cooling down significantly. I mean, look at this. It did that major spike on the Japanese yen carry trade situation that took place earlier in the month, and then now it's crashing downwards. The DXY is looking weak as ever. That's a good sign, right? There's an inverse correlation between risk assets and the DXY, the dollar currency index. So that's a great sign, folks. So all of these are positive signs. So you may say, Tony, well, why isn't it ripping right now? Well, guys, sell in May and go away. Nothing happens during the summer months. And I'm anticipating come September, the latter half of September, we're going to start to see markets move significantly, where we're going to see some strength in Bitcoin and altcoins. But right now, sell in May, go away, guys. Enjoy your summer is what I'm trying to say. Now, this is an accumulation opportunity, especially for altcoins, because they're bleeding out against Bitcoin, of course. But, do your own research. I'm not telling you to go buy anything. I'm just saying these are opportunities if you have not positioned yourself. I've pretty much positioned myself pretty well since December 2022, January 2023, when everybody was scared and there was blood on the streets. So I'm not looking to spend a ton of money here. There are some alts, based on Fibonacci models and Elliott wave and so forth that I might pick up because I see they may have a significant upside potentially. So that's how I'm looking at it. But guys, I want to share some data. And here we got information that 94% of the total Bitcoin supply has now officially been issued. So you may say, well, why is that important? Well, guys, you have to put this into context, right? We are in a bull market. 94% of the Bitcoin supply has been officially mined, and you have Bitcoin becoming mainstream politically on Wall Street and much more. Here, Justin Sun tweeted out something that a lot of people are wondering and have been reporting on actually for the past year, that China may unban crypto very soon. And Justin Sun, he's in that area, and he may have an idea what may be coming. We know that China unbanned crypto in Hong Kong earlier this year, where they allowed ETFs to be launched. They allowed retail trading. And I think it's just a matter of time where they open it up to mainland China. It's going to open up a ton of capital for the market. And there's tons of money that wants to go into Bitcoin and crypto in China, in mainland China, but a lot of people can't access it yet. But I think the China was doing the crawl, walk, run step. They allowed Hong Kong to do it. And I think they will open up to mainland China. This could happen in Q4 and really set things off. The other factor is too, TradFi firms on Wall Street, they have been buying up Bitcoin ETFs. So we saw the SEC filings, the 13F filings come out, and Morgan Stanley was revealed to have 5.5 million shares of iShares Bitcoin Trust, so the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF, and then Goldman Sachs, it was disclosed they have over 6.9 million shares of IBIT. So it's incredible. Now, they have other shares of Bitcoin ETFs, such as Fidelity, Grayscale, and so forth. But I'm mainly looking at BlackRock because we know BlackRock is that tier one firm that a lot of these other Wall Street giants are going to look to grab as much as possible. So that right there tells you what's going on, folks, that they are buying it up significantly. And just 2 weeks ago, Morgan Stanley opened up the trading to all their clients and their wealth managers. So very bullish news. Once again, all of these different factors are going to culminate to the rising prices and the continuation of the bull market. The other thing I've been sharing with you guys for the past year is that global liquidity is starting to break out. We've been watching what the Fed has been doing, and we see Janet Yellen is doing, QE 2.0, injecting liquidity. And I think that they're going to officially start up the money printers very soon. We know the election cycle, many of the incumbents, they try to make the stock market and the economy look as best as possible. So I think that's coming soon. And once again, all these things are going to culminate to higher prices. So this is why I'm very bullish, guys. It's not my emotions or feelings. I am seeing clear data and metrics here showing me that there's adoption. Money printing will continue. We know we live in a boom bust economy where they print money. They do quantitative easing and then they'll do quantitative tightening. And we're coming out of the quantitative tightening cycle. Fed is going to cut rates, come September. So guys, I hope you see all of these different factors and why they're important to take into consideration for where we're at in the bull market, what we can expect in the coming months and even into next year. The other factor is we are seeing Bitcoin and cryptos having penetration into pop culture, society, politics, and so forth. And recently, PayPal founder and billionaire Peter Thiel was on Joe Rogan's podcast. And I love the statements he made, and I'll play the clip here for you guys. Take a listen.
Tech stagnation is that when something does happen, we don't even know how to process it. So, I think Bitcoin was a big invention. We can debate whether it was good or bad, but it was a pretty big deal. And it was systematically underestimated for at least, the first 10, 11 years. You could trade it. It went up smoothly for 10, 11 years. It didn't get repriced all at once because we're in a world where nothing big ever happens. And so we have no way of processing it when something pretty big happens. The internet was pretty big in 99. Bitcoin was moderately big. The internet was really big. Bitcoin was moderately big. And I'd say passing the Turing test is really big. It's on the same scale as the internet.
So folks, you notice what Peter said there, that this is so big that a lot of people are even missing it. They're like, they didn't even catch it yet. And it's on the same level as the internet is what he's saying. And this is a guy who was building in the Web 1.0 days of the internet, and obviously in Web 2.0, he was the first investor in Facebook and so on and so forth. I think many of you know, and he has his founders fund, and he's made significant investments into Bitcoin and crypto. So I think he's spot on. So you may say, well, what does that have to do with what's going to happen in the bull market? Well, as time progresses, we see adoption and awareness builds, but I think it's going to be fast tracked now because you got presidential candidates talking about it. I mean, my goodness, Donald Trump went to Bitcoin conference and he was, saying he's a big supporter of Bitcoin and crypto. We see Democrats are now trying to rally and get Kamla Harris and so forth to back crypto. RFK Jr. has been backing crypto. So we've crossed the chasm here, folks. We're on a new level, a new plateau here, where I think awareness and adoption is going to fast track. And we see that in comparison with the internet, crypto is already ahead, but by tracking the number of millions of users and so forth. So exciting times, folks. And I think Peter's spot on here. And look, the fact that he's on a major podcast like this talking about it, it helps build awareness. And all these things are important for adoption. Now, a great place where you can buy Bitcoin and altcoins is Uphold. It's a platform I've been using since 2018. I've interviewed the CEO, CFO, and many folks in Uphold, and they have 260 plus cryptocurrencies. They have gold, silver, palladium, and platinum as well. You can trade precious metals. Best of all, folks, they are fully transparent and fully reserved, so you can review their transparency reports. They don't commingle or lend out your funds and all that nonsense. So I can vouch for this platform, having used it for years. So if you'd like to learn more about Uphold, check out the link in the description. Now, folks, continuing on the topic of politics, there was a clip showing Congressman Wiley Nickel, who I've had on the podcast, meeting Kamala Harris last week, and he was talking to her about the Crypto for Harris movement. Now, as I've been saying, show me, don't tell me. So I really appreciate Congressman Wiley Nickel and Rogan, the work they're doing and trying to educate, help Kamala Harris to form a crypto policy and articulate crypto policy, because we have not heard from her as yet. So I will give her the benefit of the doubt, but right now I'm still waiting for action. I think many of you will agree we're tired of words. So hopefully we hear something soon from her and she takes action, because under her administration and Joe Biden right now, Elizabeth Warren and Gary Gensler have run amok and really attacked this industry. But now the industry is attacking, and the Democrats better be careful here, or they're going to get hit hard in the elections. We are already seeing it in the primaries. We saw it on Super Tuesday. Those who align themselves with Elizabeth Warren are getting destroyed in the elections. Now, Donald Trump, on the flip side of the token, of course, he is fully embracing crypto, going 100 miles per hour. In fact, he has named Howard Lutnik, CEO of Cantor Fitzgerald, as the chair of the presidential transition team. Man, this is big. You may say, well, what does that have to do anything with crypto? Well, remember the clip I shared with you guys earlier this year with Howard Lutnik at Davos 2024? His firm, Cantor Fitzgerald, helps to custody the reserves of Tether. And they audited everything. He said they have the money. And he was at the Bitcoin conference, and he said they own a bunch of Bitcoin. He personally owns a bunch of Bitcoin. So you have a pro-crypto person here that he's assigning, a Wall Streeter, obviously. So this is bullish for crypto, folks. So this is huge. And I think it's significant if Trump wins. Now, macro level, it's just another domino that is falling, right? That we are going to see just the mass adoption of crypto. So all great news. Now, Coinbase, they got their regulatory clarity in Hawaii. So my Hawaii listeners, I'm sure this is great news for you guys. Look, Coinbase is one of the top exchanges out there. I think they're the second largest in the world behind Binance, obviously the top exchange in the United States. They're public. Many people trust them. They're insured and much more. So this is great news for those of you who live in Hawaii, and they continue to push for clarity worldwide, and they're looking to get more licenses worldwide. So guys, we are just seeing the expansion, the building, and all these great things happening for the crypto industry. I am bullish. So while it's boring right now, while the price is not doing anything, like I said, enjoy your summer. Don't worry too much about it. Step away from the prices when it's not doing anything. It's good for your mental health. Go out, touch grass, touch sand, right? Go on a vacation, whatever it may be. And then I think come September, the second half of September, we are going to start to see markets move. And then I think Q4 is going to be pretty incredible based on seasonality, but also with the elections and money printing and global liquidity on the rise and all these things. So I'm excited. Guys, be sure to sign up for my free newsletter on Substack. Link will be in the description. Also, grab a copy of my book, Rethinking Crypto. It's available on Amazon and paperback and digital. It's also available on barnesandnobles.com. Grab a copy for yourself and your family who want to learn about crypto. If you bought a copy already, please leave a rating and review. It will really help out my rankings. Leave your thoughts and comments below, guys. Hit the thumbs up button, and I'll talk to you all later.